Good afternoon. Welcome to your IELTS class for today. So today we'll be continuing with the reading for the academic student. The students are preparing for the academic exam, and as usually we don't do the lot of academic classes, reading classes, because the majority of students are after the general IELTS. So today's session will be for the academic student with the type of the question, type of the reading passages, the languages, and how we are looking for the paraphrasing and the answers, and everything about that. First of all, this class is provided by Sika and it is free of the cost class. You do not have to pay anything to attend the classes here. There is no limitation to the classes as well. You can attend any number of the classes, come for your queries, come for practice, ask question, ask for the resources available for practice. So any sort of query related to your IELTS exam, so you're welcome here. And we do offer the Canada migration process counseling for free and the eligibility check also for free. So if you are after the filing process of Canada, so you can also come and take the counseling session for free of the cost here. And this is the number on screen. You can call for the information as well, and then you can plan your visit to our office, one of the office. Even if you are residing out of the Melbourne as well, like Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, the offices are available there as well. So you can take the classes, you can take the sessions there as well. And there is a service where we convert visitor visa to student visa. This is also available if anybody right now on the visitor and wants to convert to student visa, so you are also welcome here. And migration counseling and education counseling related to the PR process in Australia, education in Australia, outside Australia like Canada, USA, migration in the Canada and USA. So those counseling sessions are also free. And we also are having different university tied up with us where we can offer you scholarships up to 25% depending on your profile. But yes, you can come with us, so that we have a lot of tie-ups such like with the scholarship thing. So if you're eligible, sometime you never know, like this is the option available for you. So it is going to be a great help. Even the 10% in the university fee, it's a huge sum of money, and it's like less burden. And we offer the overseas health cover with the lowest price possible as well. So you are I mean, maybe currently with your overseas health cover not happy with the services, or maybe the service you're after they're not covering up, you can check the different services with us. Maybe it is like you are getting the required thing into some other policy, and definitely we try to give you the lowest price possible in the market for your insurance and for your premiums and everything. So for all these services, you can come down to any of the office. We are open on Saturdays as well. The number on the screen is the one you can call for a direct inquiry, and you'll be directed to the respective department. Beside that, you can send your email with your query mentioned in that to the email ID marketing@sika.com.au. And definitely you will be given reply within one working day. So that's how we just continue with the services here. And it's not a small journey in this sector. We've been here since many years into the immigration and the providing the classes section. So here, starting with the general, not with the general, sorry, academic reading for today. So first of all, the academic reading, guys, there is a few things which I want to share for the academic reading. The text, they will be, or the passages better say, passages that what will be you having in your general academic readings, they are having vocabulary which is quite academic, and some technical words in that as well. But if that some words are quite technical, they will be giving a glossary for that, right? And obviously this won't be case with majority of the reading. It is still academic technical words but understandable, right? And moreover, the way they ask the question and way they have answered that in the passage, it will be completely in a paraphrased way. They will be using synonym for that. They will be having different vocabulary word used in there, so you won't be finding the same words. So look for paraphrasing. And more you are looking for paraphrasing, more you are focusing at the right area in the reading, and this will less the time you are finding your answer, and also the accuracy will increase, right? And second thing, you will be getting your answer in a flow following way. If I'll say 1 after 2, 2 after 3, so this will be the sequence of the answer in the reading passage as well, except the question where you are finding which paragraph contain the following information. There is no particular following order, because randomly they have picked up the information from the passages and we are finding which passage this information has taken from. And then if there are the question of classification, that we have to classify, right? So probably if that classification comes with the name of some scientist, author, writers, and professors, so ultimately you won't be getting any sequenced answer following pattern of answer in the reading again, right? So these are two, and there will be one more category I'll be letting you when if we are doing such question where there are no sequence of the following order. Otherwise all the answer they will be in the following order. The question like paragraph heading. So if you got a question like paragraph heading, so the best technique is to go to the first two sentences of the passage, because here in the academic reading, the paragraphs in the passage, they are a bit lengthy as compared to journal. So go with the first two sentences, right? They are normally the topic having the main introductory sentences in there, and go to the last two sentences of the passage. So first of all, first two and last two, read them, understand them, right? Get a meaning out of those four sentences you have read, like what these sentences are trying to convey, what is the topic introduction, and how they concluding it off maybe, right? And according to that sense which you got from those four sentences, go to the list of headings provided, read the option up there, and see if anything is related to that. If whatever the crux you got from four sentences, the meaning you are getting in any of the list of option, so probably that is the heading answer to that particular paragraph. Now mark it, even though maybe I'm not saying in the first go you're getting it right, mark it, right? Keep it. Come to the passage B, C, D, whatever questions they have given you, so just according to that try solving the paragraph in the same technique pattern. uh, Even just in case you're not getting with the four sentences and you're feeling like no, I'm not understanding well, then only go after the whole paragraph, right? Or after you are done with all the answers, ultimately if something you have marked for suppose paragraph A and it is more accurate appropriate for the paragraph D, so ultimately you can change your answer in that moment, and then the pictures start becoming clear to you. Rather than sticking to one paragraph, keep finding it, reading it again and again, wasting time there, it's better to move on. Whatever you feel good about it, write and move on. Next, write and move on. Ultimately, if that option is the right one or gelling more accurately with any other option, so definitely it will be reflected in the upcoming paragraphs, and you will be in a better position to mark your answers well. And secondly, suppose we got A to I paragraph. So A to I paragraph, that means uh, we got 8 paragraphs to find headings for, right? So around 8, yeah, or more than that, yeah. Yeah, 9. So in that case, what you will be doing, look for the paragraphs which are small in length first. So maybe the paragraph G, paragraph C, paragraph F, they are smaller in length, like they don't have much lengthy sentences, or the length is small as compared to the other paragraphs. Go to those paragraphs first, read them quickly, right? And find answers for them. So in this case, what will happen, they will consume less time to get to read the sentences in those paragraphs, and ultimately narrowing down your search with the options as well. So 3 paragraphs, so you might be using 3 options for that. Now it's like out of 9, 3 is done. So you will be like, okay, now I have to find 6. So things will seem easy for you, for your eyes and for your mind as well. And these are few things with the paragraph heading. And also there is one thing you can check for the paragraph headings. Like suppose you are getting a similar sort of paraphrasing in the paragraph, maybe in the first introductory sentences or in the conclusive sentences, right? And there is an option which is having synonym to that phrase. So probably this can be your answer, right? Because paraphrasing is also used in the paragraph heading sometime as well. So this is another way you can change your perspective and look into the option and get the right answer. Coming down to the MCQs, multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions are they are having lengthy option. I mean a proper sentence as the option when it comes to the academic reading MCQs. So like all the statements, we are feeling like okay, they seems to be true, because this is also a description of that point, this area, this word is there in the reading. So in that case, how we are coping with that? So we are following the elimination method for that. The elimination method says, like, rather than finding the option which is right according to the asked question, look for the option which are not correct. Look for the option which are wrong, contradictory to asked question. So in this way, if you start eliminating one by one the sentences from the four options given, ultimately you will be left with the one right option, right? So if it's working for you, definitely for sure you should be opting this style. If not, then simply how you can do, like if you, even if you go other way as well, the other technique I'm going to tell, where you are finding the one sentence, because out of four options there will be one statement which will be completely contradictory, and you can get it easily. If you're reading it, you get it, okay, no, this is something else, this is not related to the question. Maybe out of these three, one can be option, but this second option, this is out of the out of the context. So you will be eliminating that. That means you're not looking into that anymore. Now you're left with three. Ultimately, you are again following the elimination technique only, right? So why not to, work in that way only? Look for options which are not right, accurate, correct as per the asked question. Eliminate them. Try to find what is the uh, difference given in the option which makes it a contradictory, or the option which cannot write for the asked question. So look for that sort of information in the options or the sentences or the phrases given as the choices. So this way you will be seeing that the fourth option you left with, or if these are three options, the third option you are left with is the only one which is looking appropriate as per the ask MCQ. So this way you will be probably finding the more accurate option comparative to or just straight away looking for the right answer out of four. So this work with the MCQ. And again, MCQ, why I mentioned the paraphrasing a lot when we talk about the readings listening, because that's what they do. In the reading, all the answers are in front of you. You see, we got the reading passage, we got the question, and where we finding our answers from the reading passage only. So everything is in front of our eyes. It's just that how well we can locate that. And locating that, the technique which we use for location of the answer is called paraphrasing. If we can locate the paraphrasing of any phrase, sentence, word in the reading, definitely we'll be finding its answer more easily and accurately as well. So here in the MCQs as well, the option you might be left with, if you're going after the elimination method, so you will be seeing somehow this option is paraphrased with use of the synonym in the reading as well, and that will assure you, okay, now this is my right answer. Okay, then next come the true false not given question and yes no not given question. So these are two different categories of the question. Normally we take it like, okay, true false not given, some student even send answers as for the true false not given they write yes no not given. But here one thing to keep in mind, if you are writing your answer uh, not according to the ask pattern, which is true false in this example case, so your answer will be marked wrong even though the answer is yes, and you have written answer is true and you have written yes, but yes, again it won't be taken as the right answer, right? So you have to follow the instruction very carefully. And there is a difference between true false and not yes no question. And what is that difference? The true false question, you observe that, you will see that they are normally more about the writer's viewpoint. The writer viewpoints, that mean if the writer claims are equals to whatever they have said in the statement, right? If they are similar, it's gonna be true. If the writer opinion, claims, thoughts, whatever the description writer is giving is contradictory to the statement, it will be false. And if there is no information on about this in the passage, then it will be not given. And if we talk about the yes no not given question, so what will happen there? The yes question is more, yes no question more about the fact and figures in the reading rather than writer's view or opinion. So majority of time this will be the major difference between these two questions. And suppose they are giving in that particular year this many soldiers left the job because of that very reason. So it got some facts and figures in the statement. So the yes no question more will be related to these sort of things, right? So this is the difference between yes no and true false, and ultimately this will again help you, knowing the difference again help you to find the answers more accurately. And what will be the technique will be same for both of the question. When you are looking at such a statement into these two categories, what you have to do, you have to underline and divide the statement into three parts, three chunks, right? So if it's the same one, in that world war this many soldiers died, so in that world war, that means maybe second world war, right? This will be as taken as the first part, right? The number of soldier given, that will be taken as the second part. The third will be containing has been died, like had been died, so maybe this is I'm taking as the third part. So what will be the benefit of this thing if I'm dividing the statement into three parts? First, the understanding will be really clear what the sentence is about and what you understanding from the sentence. If that's correct, only then you will be able to find the right answer. So this will improve your sense of understanding of the asked question. So clearly now I know this is about this very world war, this many of the soldiers, and what happened to them is into the last part. So when I know three different things asked in the question clearly, and I'm going to the reading, and of course I'll be in a better position to match them now. Now going to the reading, if you're getting all the three things written in the reading passage in the same way they have written in the sentence, that mean obviously they won't be in sequence. It's not like only one sentence containing that very thing. Maybe there are three sentences, and these three sentences are explaining about there was a world war blah blah happening, and this many soldiers fought there, and this many soldiers were injured, and then when final calculations were taken out, so this many was died, right? So maybe these three four sentences containing the same information they have given only in one sentence. So never feel like if you are reading something in a sentence you will be getting that into the sentence pattern into the reading. No, this is not true. Maybe you getting it into the in one small paragraph, right? One small paragraph that means, sorry, three lines, four lines, five lines, right? So you have to read at length to compare the any question, to compare any question. This is not for only this true false thing, just like MCQ statements. So if you're looking for that statement, you have to read at length. You cannot rely on a particular sentence and you can mark your answer. No, you can't do that. You have to maybe read three sentences for one question, maybe five sentences for one question, maybe the whole paragraph for one question, right? So this is how you should be reading for your answers. So when you read this, you are comparing the facts now. Okay, first thing, yeah, this is about the same world war. Okay, true, tick mark. The second, okay, yeah, they were talking about this many soldiers. Okay, tick mark. So they are saying, yeah, they were died. All right, all the three facts are there. Okay, now this is yes or this is true according to the asked question, right? So again, if in the same way you're going to the statement, you're checking that and you're getting only two statements similar but one different. That one can be first part, second part, third part, right? Now they're talking about this many of soldiers as well. They are talking about they have been they died in the world war or battlefield, on the battlefield, right? But they are not talking specifically about the world war they have mentioned in the statement. This is about something else, maybe a battle between two different nations, maybe they're talking about. So this one is different, and other two parts I'm receiving that in the statement. So this stands it out, like making it contradictory, right? So you marking that one as false or no, right? Depending on what is the instruction of the question. And just like that, simply when we coming to not given, when we are looking for if that information is there or not, right? Now normally student can get confused in between the false and not given. The right false for something, it turns out to be not given. The right yeah, no for some statements, and they turn out to be not given, and vice versa could be the case as well. So how you will be I won't say this is like 100%. If you are obviously learning it, practicing it, then it is 100%, but this will eventually improve this situation for you. So you will see, if you getting uh, okay, there are the three parts in the statement. Now you're just getting, they're talking about the soldiers, right? An exact number of soldier given in the statement. Yes, they're talking about them, but they're not talking about they are being died and into this world war, right? So the content of the statement, like the remaining content, the remaining two parts of the statement, they are not there in the description. They are talking about this very soldiers, but they're talking about some other things about that. They haven't received the proper retirement plans, or they haven't received the proper gear in the battlefield, whatever they will be might be talking. And in the battlefield, they're saying, they're not even saying the world war thing, right? So in that case, now this information is not there. The information asked in the statement, it is not given. So this is the division of your statement, and according to that, this is going to be how you are picking up your answer. Just a second. Okay, so these are the three main categories of the question where students normally have problem. And let's go to some more types of the question. This is, I have to stop for a while and share some. Give me a second, guys. I'll just open the slides for that. Okay. So you see the true false multiple choice and headings, paragraph heading question, yes, no, not given. They are the common question you will be looking at. They definitely will be there. And the remaining one, maybe they are there, they are not. So it's like a mixture of them. And normally what question typically I see there, that is which paragraph contain the following information. Now this question, definitely it is not in the following order, right? You are getting question 20 to 25 as asking the same very question, and you will be feeling like, okay, 20th I got from paragraph B, now 21 will be in paragraph D. This won't be the case. Why? Because this, they are not in the following order. And obviously as per the question category it is. And what we are doing for these questions, first go to the paragraph number A, read the paragraph number A, what it is about, what it is containing. Just skim it, maybe roughly. Don't read it like completely understanding it, because this will be like definitely consuming a lot more time. So just skim it, what it holds, what information it holds. Now, whatever you got from that paragraph, your understanding, come to the ask phrases or the statement in the question. Go through all 20 to 25 statement and see if any statement strikes you to remind of a point mentioned in a paragraph A, or any word paraphrasing you can find in an option, right? Or maybe you are relating that to the information given in the paragraph A, maybe with some other words, right? So like these two strategies you will be implementing. And then according to that, okay, you feel like 24 statement, I find it from the paragraph A. I believe that, I'm not sure, maybe at that moment, mark it. Now when you marking this one, go to paragraph B, implement the same technique, read it, go to the statements C, D, E, and F, right? You have read now all the paragraphs, you have maybe marked all the option. And just like the headings question, if something is not gelling up, or you find something accurately exactly same in some other paragraphs, you can change your answer, change your mind in that moment. It will save your time as well. It will give you a technique to find the answers efficiently as well, and definitely increasing the accuracy of the answers as well. And always this question also, when you finding this very statements, so when you are, wherever you are getting this information, it will be in a paraphrased way. It will be said in some other words, some synonyms, but yeah, the overall crux will be same, the overall meaning will be same. and the summary completion question. Now the summary completion question, they'll be usually at the end of the passage. That means you got suppose 14 to 28 questions, so the summary completion will be somewhere around 23 to 28 or 25 to 28. This will be how the questions will be. So summary completion question will be at the end, and if they are not having any title after the instruction, if they don't having any specific title, then it means that the summary completion question, they are they are about the whole reading passage. This is the summary of the whole passage, right? So for this question, even though they are at the last, you try to find them from the last area of the reading. You won't be able to. Maybe for this question you have to start from the beginning of the reading. So knowing these things will save you time. Suppose I'm just keep finding the answers in the last, not getting it right, and then I realized, okay, I have to go back to the first area of the reading, and from there I have to read it and come through towards the end, and then I'll be finding all the answers. So it will be like a lot of wasting a lot of time, right? But when I'm knowing it, like it's without the title and summary. What do you mean? What do you understand by summary? So summaries are normally the overall um crux, overall conclusions of the whole thing we are reading. So this is actually the question base of summary completion question. If they are without any title specifically, that means this is the summary of the whole reading passage. So maybe you have to start looking at from the beginning. You have to read at length. Maybe you're reading 8 sentences, maybe you're reading 2 paragraphs and then getting one answer, because that's how the summaries are, right? Because maybe there are a lot of description, explanation, examples, but the summary containing the main ideas only, right? So this is how the summary questions are. Knowing this ultimately will help you, right? Now if the summaries, they have title before them, like there is a, like, complete the following summary, and then they have a heading before the question. There is a heading, uh, Takata airbags, right? So now we got this heading. Now it means that you should be looking where they are talking about the Takata airbags in the reading passage. So wherever you get that topic started, that is the area you will be getting your answers, and that's the area you will be reading in a following order, right? So this is the difference if you got summary question with a title, without a title. Just a second. Okay, now let's talk about the other category of the question, which is sentence completion questions. Like summary completion, I hope you have understand what should be your strategy for this question if you get them. And normally, yeah, this is one more thing about the summary completion question. Like if you're doing summary, look for the words which can be the nouns and verbs, right? Because normally in the summary completion, noun first, verbs second, or maybe adjective and adverbs. So these 4 types of the words are usually the answers, right? Because summaries, it's about the main key information in the passages. So that can be the nouns, that can be the verbs, or that can be any adjective or adverb. So probably if you're focusing on such words, you will be getting your answers in an efficient manner, right? Now the sentence completion task, when you're looking at the sentence completion, you will be seeing that normally they are like different question. Like if we got 5 sentences, so those will be 5 different sentences. There'll be one complete sentence in one question, then one complete in second, one complete in third. Usually that's how they are seen in the reading. So that means every sentence can stand alone in it is own. So we are not having any sort of sequence which we may look into the reading, or this could be other way as possible. Like you got 5 sentence completion question, you getting the first sentence from the paragraph D, right? So then you keep looking in the following order. Maybe you getting second into the D as well, third from the E paragraph, fourth from the F paragraph, then again fifth from the F paragraph, right? So this can be the case as well with the sentence completion question, and this can also be the case you getting 6 sentence completion question, right? You just find one from the paragraph C and the second from the D, And the next one, you are getting into the B paragraph. This is very rare, but can be there, right, with the sentence completion task. Now, what you have to do, you have to go after the keywords in the statement. So look into the keyword of the statement, what it is explaining, what it is saying, and where you can find it in the reading. Obviously, just before that, if you have done few questions, so you have already read maybe A, B, C paragraph for those questions. So you have little idea what sort of words are there, or what points they have mentioned in these paragraphs. So always look for the keywords given in the statement of the sentence completion. That will tell you if you have to go back and see, or if you're doing it in a following order, right? And here, sometime we have to look for the grammar of the sentence as well. Like suppose it is saying that no more than 3 words, right? So no more than 3 words mean I can write 3 word as my answer, like up to 3 words as my answer. So in this case, you must be understanding that, like if you are not taking care, just the answer require a preposition in it, or answer require an article with it. Normally these two will be the general grammatical things with the sentence completion answer. If you're not taking care of that while writing the answer, and when you read, when obviously you reading that sentence, you know you have not taken a note of that, like it need to have a punctuation, right, or it sorry, preposition or a article. So what will happen, your answer will be wrong, right? So you have to see if it's like in, to, or some such sort of word is there in the reading where you're picking your answer from, and that word is required to give a grammatical complete sense to the sentence, and the words are allowing me to write 3 words, so you should be writing that, right? If in case it's only the one word, usually there won't be any need for the grammar check as well, so you will be picking that one word and your answer is done, because normally they will be then giving you the perfect sentence, just to miss that one word missing. But if it says no more than 3 word, no more than 2 word, so sometime we have to see if grammatically whatever option, maybe I'm putting only one word, I have to see grammatically if it's the right fit for the sentence I'm writing there, or does it requires to write in before that, of before that, has before that, right, his before that. Like sometime, they are the person specific sentences, so maybe his skills, right? So your answer will be his skills, her notes, right? So this is like, these are the simpler things that you have to see with the sentence completion task. And definitely when we knowing it only, then we will be looking at it, otherwise it will be like a problem for us, and maybe we missing these small details and losing the mark. Right. All right. So yeah, these are the major questions. And classification and matching, right? Now, classification and matching, they both won't be in a following order in the reading. You will not be able to find them in the following order in the reading. So try not to even, waste your time doing that. If you're getting any answer, like say classification, and how you have to classify the things, they have written the, normally the general academic reading, they having the writer's name, they having the scientist name, or the person invented something. So those on the name basis, or on the experiment basis, they have written the statements that we have to classify. Normally academic task question are like that. So when you are doing that, you have to see, okay, this is the name of the person, and go to the reading passage, see how many times that name is mentioned. So maybe that name is mentioned 3 times in the reading, right? So that mean now those 3 times, like with his her name, like what statement that person has given, what experiment he did, or what opinion he she mentioned, right? So with all those 3 places, you have to read quickly and understand if any statement from my questions is equals to that particular statements I'm reading, sentences I'm reading. If yes, then that will be the answer to that question. That means that name or the letter written in front of that name of the writer, scientist, inventor, maybe it's a letter written, so that answer for those particular statement question will be A, right? Okay, now this particular opinion is of this blah blah writer, right? Now same like that, what to, on what basis I have to classify. Okay, the second is again a name, right? Okay, now again I'll be going to the reading, seeing what names are there in the, where are the names in the reading. Wherever I'm getting those names, so there I will be marking that, right? Reading the statements, written statements. Obviously when the person name is there, there is always a statement or experiment or an invention that person has conducted, done or written. According to that, I'm coming back to my question and seeing that if any statement is relating to that very thing he said in the reading, done, the carried out an experiment. If yes, then I'll be writing before that B as my answer. So this is how the question for the classification and matching we will be doing. So keep in mind that every question requires a different strategy. And as we discussed about almost all the questions today, so I hope you don't have any question related to what should be your strategy for a particular question. Because when we go after the headings that we been done first, then second being the multiple choice, third true false not given, fourth yes no not given, then summary completion, with title, without title, sentence completion, with title, following order or not in following order, two categories for that. And then we did this matching and classification. Now you see there are only two left. And finding the information containing which passage contain the following information, this is also done. The short answer question and chart, table or diagram completion. So these two questions, short answer question, they will be like us. One independent question is asked, maybe two independent question are asked, and you need to write your reply in one word, two word, max three word, according to whatever the instruction of the question. For this question, they'll be usually at towards the end of the passage, right? If they are even at the beginning, so they will be like you will be finding them in the following order. So they, if they are at the end, the answer will be in the end section. If they are at the beginning, the answers will be in the beginning of the section. If they somewhere set between the questions, so there you will be finding the answer. So these are not very difficult to find. And if there are any chart, table, diagram completion, so specifically there will be a description given for chart, table or a diagram in the reading passage. Maybe in any one of the paragraph of the eight paragraph out of eight, one is given having the description of the diagram. So that is just like labeling it, even if it's a chart or a table. So you know that the missing pieces of the information you have to read from the passage, and then you have to write them as your answer. Be mindful that like sometime when we are writing the answer, two answer, they're very easy. Suppose it's a diagram, the third one is bit tricky in the sense you're not able to find out, okay, if I have to write this very as my answer, or maybe I'm going to next step and write that. So understand the diagram very carefully, and description related to the diagram, how the things are, what the parts they have mentioned, how it operates, and then only write your answer. And be mindful of the word count for sure here. And yeah, these all are the categories for the reading question. And I hope this is one, it is almost 1 hour we're discussing about the questions, tips, strategies, and how we can cope up with the questions in this reading. And it is very much pretty much clear with you guys now. Now we will be doing the reading itself. We have 1 hour, and reading needs only 1 hour to get completed. So it's like 10 minutes more, so that will be the time I can check your readings. So just a second. Okay, the Pooja, you are an academic student or general?
For journal.
You for general. Okay, so today class is for the academic reading.
Okay.
So is it fine if you, because generally we don't do the academic readings,
Mm-hmm.
we do the general only.
Okay.
But this day today
Yep.
we decided to just go after this this very reading, the academic one. So if you want to do it, it's okay, you can stay, otherwise you can come back on Monday.
Actually, I wanna discuss about time as well.
Yeah,
Actually,
ask me whatever you have in your mind.
Yeah, because your class start from 2 to 4, right? There is no any session, another session, because I finish my job like 2:30, and I will be free 3 o'clock in the afternoon time. If it is possible to go like
Mm-hmm.
another session for 3 to 5 or something like that.
No, actually, the thing is, we have only one session a day, which is 2 to 4 for the this IELTS, right? So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to attend, if you even getting to you free at 2:30, you can join us at 3 as well.
Okay, but there
So
is no
otherwise,
benefit
there is
because.
one more way.
Mm-hmm.
We got the recordings of the classes available on the
Okay,
YouTube page.
okay,
You can listen to those recordings and you can start practicing. And
okay,
whenever you feel like I have to have a one-on-one interaction with the tutor, then you
okay,
can simply log in at 3 and ask your question.
okay.
Whatever question might pop up into your mind or something. So you
Mm-hmm.
can ask me those questions coming to the class.
Okay, but for speaking, I need like if somebody listen me and then I can speak on
Speaking
it.
is usually done on Fridays. Like
Okay.
when normally you see when I'm having student with the exam upcoming. So
Mm-hmm.
even we do the speaking 2 3 times in a week as well. So
Okay.
I can do one thing. I can add you in the group,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'll be having a speaking session, I'll be
Okay.
dropping a message in that group, and then you will see if you're free, you can come into the session and have speaking class. So
Okay.
you can send me your number in the chat box,
Okay.
and I'll be adding you into the Wiles group.
Okay. So, and there is also some material like there is any login for website so I can like,
Practice.
yeah.
Okay, the thing is, there are otherwise a lot of websites available for sure for the IELTS practice, being it a test since many years. So simply you can go to the IELTSonline.com, right? It's IELTSonline.org sort of. Then you can go after, okay, you can simply search readings for IELTS, right?
Yep.
There you will be start getting the links. Whatever links you want to open and practice, you can do that. But for the authentic practice, you should always go after the Cambridge book readings. And how you can get them? They are available to buy, but if you don't want to buy them, obviously they are bit expensive comparative to like preparation thing, and maybe sometime we don't want to buy them. So then you can simply type in the Google Cambridge. There are 1 to 15 books available in the market, right?
Okay.
Cambridge book 1, free download in PDF form.
Okay.
When you're doing that, you have to do a little research with the links up popping up,
Okay.
and you will be able to download that book.
Okay. So there is also answer for that.
Exactly, the whole book will be downloaded.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about like listening material also I can get from
Listening,
the.
yeah, definitely you will be getting the full listening in one book, but the problem is you have to download the audios separately, or better, if you go after my advice, download the book, yeah. For the audios, go to YouTube. Whenever in
Yeah.
YouTube, suppose you have
For
downloaded
listening there
Cambridge
is
book
a.
1.
Yeah, yeah, but actually this is my first time I'm doing journal. Lastly I did the academic, and there is some difference in that because I don't know the whole idea about that. I think the little bit difference in the writing or all part is different.
No, 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 reading is different for the general. First thing,
Mm-hmm.
reading is how it is different. It is easy comparative to the academic one,
Okay.
but
Okay.
at the same time it is tricky,
Okay.
right? It has a lot of tricky questions. The
Mm-hmm.
language is simple, and if you have you practiced any journal reading yet?
No, not
No.
yet. This is my first class and even not research on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the general reading, they usually bit tricky, right? And they have easy language, the first two passages, and
Okay.
the third passage, it is more like academic reading only. So this will be the only difference, right?
Okay.
Number of question, the marking criteria, everything is same. And
Okay.
listening is all same. There is no difference in listening,
Okay.
right? When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the writing, essay is same, right?
Okay.
Essays, like
Mm-hmm.
as you get essay in the academic IELTS writing,
Mm-hmm. Part
you will
two.
be getting, yeah, part 2, task 2.
Yep.
Task 2 is same. It's just
Mm-hmm.
that the topics will be also bit general related, general life related, right? So you find the topics easy as well when it comes to the journal essay writing.
Mm-hmm.
But the task 1, you have did graph or something like that, right? So here you will be writing a letter,
Okay.
right?
Not the
So this
graph
is
and
the
all this.
difference. not
Okay.
not just like you are having a diagram and describing that. No, it won't be
Mm-hmm.
the case in general. You will
Okay.
be writing a drafting a letter. So when
Okay.
you go to Sika Sydney YouTube page, there
Mm-hmm.
search for the letter explanation, and you will be getting a video related to that as well. And speaking is again all same, but there is no
Also.
difference in marking,
Mm-hmm.
parameters of the marking, right? Everything will be same. Yeah, there is a difference in the marking. That means the how you getting marks. It's not like every question carry 1 mark. But here in the reading, in general reading, if you want to score 7, suppose,
Yep.
what is your target?
Yeah, 7.
7. So if you want to score 7, you have to correct at least 35 questions out of 40.
Yeah.
But in the academic, you know that when you get 30 out of 40, it is 7 band. This
Mm-hmm.
won't be the case in general reading.
Okay. Just this the
Your
difference.
target is quite high in the general reading. It will be 35, 36 questions should be your target
Okay.
out of the
Okay.
40 question.
Okay. And what about the writing session? There is now it's going be like some manual or like by the computer as well.
That mean exam difference.
Yeah.
So there are two types of exam for IELTS: CBT, computer based test,
Mhm.
and then paper based,
Okay.
right? So right now, just because of this corona thing and happening,
Mhm.
paper based tests are not available,
Okay.
especially in Melbourne, right?
Mhm.
So only
Okay.
CBT test students are getting dates for, right?
Okay.
If you want to book a exam, you can
Mhm.
simply search the book CBT
Mhm.
in Melbourne, right? You will get a link straight away. So
Okay.
there, go to the link, follow the link. You will be getting the dates available, time slots available, and the places where you can give exam, and you can book your exam from there only.
Okay, but like PT in there is the when we write all the things on the computer, then computer will test all the things. So in the writing task for IELTS for this general, it will be who like examine the
Okay,
task.
IELTS is different than the PTE. IELTS
Okay.
don't work the way PTE works. It
No,
whether
no,
it
but,
is
no.
computer
Yeah,
based
I know
exam,
for
what
that.
will happen?
Mm-hmm.
Your writing,
Yep.
your writing task 1 and 2, it
Yep.
won't be tested by the computer. Computer don't assess that. So
Okay.
whatever you will be writing, it will be checked by certified IELTS examiner,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
examiner will be checking your task, and according to the different parameters or whatever it needs to be in your writing, according to that you will be getting your score. So
Okay.
computer don't check the writing task in the IELTS, and also speaking is face to face with the examiner.
Yep.
So these two will be judged by a human certified IELTS examiner.
Okay.
The reading and listening, even if you appear for the paper based exam, reading and listening sheets are already checked by the computer as per the feeded answer into that, right? So
Okay.
writing and speaking, it is all obviously into the into to the certified IELTS examiner. So
Mm.
there is no difference. That's why I'm saying if you're preparing for paper based or CBT, there is no difference except the case in one you are writing with a pencil or pen maybe, and in other you are doing it on the computer.
Okay, because my writing is not that much good. I did the exam
Have
when
you
in the
given PTE?
not
Not yet. Have you prepared for that?
no.
No. So ever have you type a essay in Word or somewhere, or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you good at
because
typing
there is
speed?
some assignments and also I can
You, if
do,
you
but
find yourself good in the typing speed and there are no typo errors for you, then
Mhm.
go for CBT. Or because why? There are reasons. You will be getting dates easily, right?
Mm.
And there are many slots in a day. You will be getting at least 3 slots, so you can see your availability as well. So but with the paper based it will be one, like you need at least one complete day.
Mm.
And definitely the dates are not easy, and I don't know in this like again there is a lockdown thing. I don't know if still they are making available the paper based exam or not. So CBT is the only option right now if you are in Melbourne.
Okay. No, I'm in Sydney.
If you Sydney, then maybe you try to search book an exam, if you want to paper base as well. If you're getting date, so maybe it's available there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very simple. It's quite simple. Like if you just typing in the Google book the IELTS exam,
Mm-hmm.
where whatever exam you're after, CBT or paper base, so you will be getting the link there, and you just have to follow the instruction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
And for the general module practice, you can come, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Timing is 2 to 4, so maybe you coming at 3, maybe you coming 2:30. So it's like I'll try to answer your queries so that
Mm.
you are at least knowing the whole soul thing, and then you can start practicing on your own home. And if you
Yep.
get any inquiry or something, you can pop in into class and ask your query and question.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so
Okay, I
much,
got
ma'am.
your number as well. And what I'm doing right now, I'm adding you into a group. Uh, just a sec. Just let me confirm that, and after that, then you will be knowing when it is speaking or when it is writing. I have to add you, right? So, yeah. Okay, check your WhatsApp, please.
Yep. I
You've been
got it.
added.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, this is the group where, if anything, I have to tell you and you want to ask me, this is the group you can post your message in.
Okay.
Right. Any more questions?
No. Thank you, ma'am.
No? All right. So, best of luck with your practice.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome. And anytime you can come to class and ask questions. No worries.
Okay.
All right, all good. Okay, so now this is the first passage we will be doing for the academic reading. So this is summary. Again, you see, this is a summary that what we just discussed. So no more than 3 words from the passage we can pick as our answer. So maybe one, two, three, all words we picking up. And how many question we doing? 8 question. No title. So that means it is possible that the answers are scattered around into the whole reading, right? But first of all, you have to skim this up quickly. Let's do that. Now it says, in the past, it was essential to hoard our calories or as long as possible because our food source was mainly restricted to dash and dash, which brought in irregular supplies. However, these reserves were intended for Dash because they had the power and energy to work hard. Nowadays, the focus had moved away from jobs on Dash and in Dash to jobs that were not available, whatever the option. Through technology, it has now become possible to replace many body Dash, and as techniques improve, we will able to develop better. And there is a blank again. So you will be seeing holily solely. This is a sort of a crux conclusion sort of thing they have given. Right now, let's start here. Like why we were not able to hoard our calorie, essential to hoard or our calories for as long as possible because food source was mainly restricted to. So we have to look for the food resources first, which we are restricted to in the past. Right now, start reading it. I mean, this is skimming. So what I'm doing, I'm skimming it. I'm not understanding each and every word, uh, translating it or something. I'm just reading it if I'm getting anything restricted food source, right, to our body in the past, right? So that will be like, Keep reading it. I'm also doing the same. Okay. Okay, you will see here. For most of our biological heritage, there was a high likelihood that the next foraging or hunting season, and for a brief, relatively recent period, the next planting season, might be catastrophically lean. So, it made sense for our bodies to hold on to every possible calorie. So in the past, it was essential to hoard our calories for as long as possible because our food source was mainly restricting to dash and dash, which brought in irregular supplies. So when you read this statement, you will see here like what they are starting. Our bodies involved in a very different era. Digestive processes in particular are optimized for a situation that is dramatically dissimilar to the one we find ourselves in. For most are our biological heritage. That means we're talking about the past heritage. High likelihood that the next foraging, right? This is the one thing. Or hunting season, obviously hunting season, are briefly relatively recent period, the next planting season might be catastrophically lean, so it made our sense for bodies to hold on to every possible calorie. So that mean our food source was mainly restricted to the foraging, one first option, hunting second option, which brought in irregular supplies because the likelihood is not predictable. So that's why we have to, like, it made sense that our body should hold the calories for as long as possible. So you will be reading this very statement of 2 3 sentences maybe, and you getting that okay, somehow it is similar, and I am getting the word as two verbs there: hunting, foraging. So that's what I told you. You see, like this is the area I'm reading for these two question only till up here. Now moving next, however, these reserves were intended for dash because they had the power and energy to work hard. Now again, first look what the option is trying to convey to us, and according to that we are picking up the answer for the third question. So it says that however these reserves were intended for, that means it is they were intended for maybe something or someone because they had power. So they reward is referred to normally to the group of people, right? So it is telling us some noun, maybe it can be our answer, right? I'm not sure at that moment, at this moment, but maybe it is reflecting, pointing towards, right? So the sentences itself tell you a lot about the answer. So let's go to the reading once back. And these reserves were intended for dash because they had the power and energy to work hard. Okay, let's start reading and see if we get that. Hmm. Okay, so if I go after these sentences, they are sounding similar to the statement in the question, but I'm not pretty sure what to pick as my answer for right now, right? So what we'll be doing, we're looking for here. So it says these reserves were. So also they're talking about some restricted reserves, right? Could be devoted to young, those caring for them, and laborers strong enough to perform intense physical work. So if I go after the later phrase of the question, which has they had the power and energy to work hard, so my answer must be laborers because this description is bind up in the statement with the word laborers, as I have having three options, which is young, caring for them, and those caring for them, and laborers. So how I can be sure out of these three options what they is referring to? Laborers, because they are saying they are strong enough, that means power and energy, right, to work hard, to perform intense physical work. So this is a complete paraphrasing I got. So my answer will be laborers here. Okay, picking this up as my answer. So you will be seeing now reading, maybe it sounds difficult to some, or you feel like, okay, now this is something I am not pretty sure about, I get the answer or not. But the way they are asking question, they embedding answer, if you get that particular trick of them, it's never easy, it's never difficult, it's quite easy. Okay, let's go to the next one. Nowadays, the focus has moved away from jobs on dash and in dash to jobs that were not available dash. Right? We have now this very sentence contain three options in that, three answers in that. So let's go and hear what first focus, what we are finding, that moved focus from certain jobs, and that certain is our answer, and in dash to jobs, right, that were not available maybe previously or something like that gonna be answer, I don't know. But yeah, this makes sense here. So okay, I got the sentence meaning, and now I'll go to the reading and see if I'm getting my answer. So what it is doing now, it says we live in a, because we have to read forward. Okay, here we got our answer, you see. What is they are saying, we live in an era of great material abundance. Most work require mental effort rather than physical excursion. A century ago, 30% of the US workforce worked on farms, with another 30% deployed in factories. Both of these figures are now under 3%. That means people have moved away from these jobs. That was into our question, like which jobs people have moved away from, right? And this significant majority of today's job category, ranging from airline flight attendant to web designer, simply didn't exist a century ago. Now why the reason they are moving away? Because the option we are having, like the being a flight attendant and a web designer, they were not existing a century ago. So that's why we're not having an option, and 30% people work at farm, 30 in factories, rest at home. And then yeah, that was the reason. And obviously they both the works are like demanding physically. So obviously focus moved away from job onward is with the preposition, is with the word farms, get it? And inward preposition is with the word factories. Okay, another answer. So on is given, so farms, factories, to jobs that were not available, didn't exist. Understand the paraphrasing, a century ago. And I hope this answer your question well. Got it? So you see the length of the answer vary. First I read up to here, no answer, then there is the answer, then no answer, here is the answer. Then instantly I got three answers in one paragraph only. So there is no particular pattern of how you will be getting answer. It's all about how they have paraphrased it. So now we left with only two answers here, questions here. Through technology, it has now become possible to replace many body dash, right? Replace many body dash. And as techniques improve, we will be able to develop better dash. So replace and develop better. These are the main key notes. And through technology, now possible thing. So let's see what our answers can be. Let's go back to the passage following passage. So technology, through technology, in the next very you will see that through our technology word comes. So through technology, that what they are pointing towards. So maybe I'm getting my answer very easily here. Let's see. So replacement and replace word, right? If you see replacement and replace word, they are also sort of the paraphrasing of each other. So what it says, cycle through our technology, drug supplement replaced parts of for virtually all bodily systems. So replaced, now it has become possible to replace many body. And if suppose I'm writing here systems, would you take it as the right answer or not? So we have to understand this very thing, right? That it can be our answer or not. But still we are reading further. We're not taking granted it as an answer because we have to read few more sentences, right? So it says bodily system techniques improve. So and as techniques improve, we will be able to develop better. Okay. Natural order of life cycle through technology, replacement parts, supplements, replacement parts for virtually our bodily system, and many other intervention. We only have devices to replace our hips, knees, shoulders, elbow, wrist, jaw, teeth, skin, artery, vein, heart, valve, arm, leg, feet, finger, and toe. Okay, as we learning the principle of operation of the human body and the brain, we will soon be in a position to design vastly superior systems that will be more enjoyable. Okay, we will be in a position of designing vastly superior systems. So here, this system word is the answer to the question number. Oh, I have highlighted it. I must not be. I don't know what I did. Okay, so this word system is the answer to the question number 8. Why? Because it says techniques improve, we will able to develop better system. So we will be able to design vastly superior systems. And the answer to 7th, it's not going to be system. And why not? And why not? Because what it is saying, that it has now become possible to replace many body what. So what they are saying, that we can replace what they are mentioning here, these all are like parts of the body, right? The teeth, skin, jaws, elbow, shoulder, toes, finger, feet. What they are saying, that replacement parts for this word, parts for virtually all bodily system. So collectively, if I have to tell what we can replace by technology, the word is going to be parts, many body parts. And the next word that will be like our answer is going to be, come on, why this is happening? Sorry guys. Yeah, so this word system is the answer. I'm highlighting this word particularly. This word, no, right? And then which word? Replacement parts. So only parts we will be picking up because we got the word replace already. So you see, first answer, foraging, hunting, laborers, farms, factory, century ago. 3 words, and we're looking into the grammar, parts and system. So these will be the answer to the question number 1 to 8. And I hope this is pretty clear how to find the answers accurately, efficiently, and obviously this is I'm describing as well. I'm telling you the things as well, so we taking time. But ultimately, when you're knowing it, you're implementing it in your reading, it won't be this much long. It will be easy for you guys to understand this one. Now, let's move to the next set of the question. Okay. So next we have question number 9 to 12. What it is saying, complete the summary using the list of words A to J below. So it says in the future, a nanobot's availability to redesign. That means again we are doing a summary, right? And we have read till here. So maybe uh, when we are reading the statement here which says nanobots ability, so we right now we know that till now we haven't read such word. So there is a great possibility that I don't have to go back. Now what I'll be doing, wherever in the next very paragraph only nanobot word is there, so that means I don't have to look beyond. I'll be looking forward and finding my answer. This time we got a summary with words given. So that means according to reading passage, we'll be looking at word, finding a match here in the option, and then the alphabet um in front of that word is going to be my answer, right? I won't be writing diabetes, I'll be writing C, because when letters are given, so we must pick a letter to write our answer. We must not write the word with that letter, because that's how generally the reading answer they'll be asking you to write, because they have write A to J using the list of word A to J. So that means A to J, if C is my option, diabetes is my option, C I'll be writing in the bracket. Okay, now in the future, a nanobot ability to redesign our digestive system will be dash. Okay, what it says that in future, that a nanobot ability to design a digestive system will be what? So that what we have to find out. Let's read further what it is saying in a famous scene from the movie. Gives them a career by single word plastics. Today, that word might be software or biotechnology, but in another couple of decades, the word is likely to be nanobots. Nanobots, blood cell sized robots, will provide the means to radically redesign our digestive system, right? Hmm. And incidentally, just about everything else. Uh, okay, so we have to understand from here what they are saying, that nanobot ability to redesign our digestive will be, and whatever according to passage we feel, it will be suppose just everything else, just about everything else, and radically it can redesign that, means radically redesign that. According to that, we have to pick a option from the given one, and then we will be marking the alphabet written in front of that as our answer. So from this very description we just read, decide which can be the answer. And if you have to go after the words in this statement, you will be seeing they are saying means to radically redesign, right? That means the radical word is gonna be our answer. Radically, if I write here, will be radically. This will be not the right completion of the sentence. It is not giving the right sense to the sentence, changing it to the other way. So I cannot write H as the answer. So my answer here will be E, right? So that means system will be radical. Now this option has been gone, used, right? Now looking into the next blank, and where we get it? We get it from here, from this very sentence, and this word told us that it's going to be radical. All right. Now, next one function is the intelligent dash of the exact nutritional requirement needed. So, one function is the intelligent dash. So, in intermediate phase, nanobot in the digestive tract and bloodstream will intelligently extract the precise nutrients we need. One function is the intelligent uh, dash of the exact nutritional requirement needed. Mhm. So intelligent extraction sounds good there, right? Intelligent extract and extraction. Now we got two words. You see, they are again confusing you down. So we got two words. One is extract, other is extraction, and we know that one word is the answer from those two. So which word we should be picking up? Here it is saying it in this sentence. So it says if I fix one function is the intelligent extract of the exact nutritional requirements needed, this is grammatically not right. So what I'll be doing, what I'll be writing here, one function is the intelligent extraction of the exact nutritional requirement needed. So here my answer will be I. And obviously coming from this very word, but the other form just because the sentence structure is different here. Okay, if this all seems to be fantasy, consider a tiny machine already developed that has now been used in the treatment of dash. However, this has not been tried on dash. Now, so this consider like if you feel like this is all fantasy work, so they are telling us, okay, imagine that already there is a machine which has been developed for the treatment of dash. So for the what treatment they said the machine has been developed. So let's see. If it seems futuristic, keep in mind that intelligent machines are already making their way into our bloodstream. There are dozens of projects underway to create bloodstream based biological micro electromechanical system with a wide range of diagnostic and therapeutic application. So biomed services are designed to intelligently scout out pathogen and deliver medication in very precise ways, right? So like obviously used in treatment of something related to that. If you get that something, it's fine. If you're feeling like no, still no, I am not exactly getting the place where I need to be for this answer, so keep reading. For example, researcher at University of Illinois at Chicago has created a tiny capsule with pores measuring only 7 nanometer. The pore let insulin out in a controlled manner but prevent antibodies from invading the pancreatic islet cells inside the capsule. These nano-engineered devices have cured rat with type 1 diabetes, and there is no reason that the same technology would fail to work in humans. So basically, which machine is already developed? So this is an example here that this guy has developed something which is carrying an experiment on rat in cure of the one disease which we call type 1 diabetes. So here treatment of C diabetes could be the will be the answer here. Just like that, next question. However, this has not been tried on, and the same very next sentence got our answer. So who haven't had a trial on it yet? What they have said here and what option we have? It's very clear. They are saying that there are no trials on humans yet, right? So this is quite easy to find the answers, and I hope you are learning the methods to find the answers easily and efficiently, and obviously by reduced time as well. Okay, I don't have to. All right. Okay, so this one passage has been done, and you see here that these are the ways we have found the answer. And obviously, if I'm writing human, I'll be writing D here. So E, I, C, D will be my answer. So this has cleared many things. If you are looking into this lecture right now, or maybe listening to a recording later, so you can understand better how you can increase your score graph in the reading using the techniques, the ways I'm doing it here, the tips maybe you getting out of that, and one the way we have discussed the questions. So even the academic readings are not difficult. So why will be having any difficulty with the general one? So general one, they're a bit tricky, right? As today we only talking about the academic readings. Okay, now this is the way we are finding the answer. Whether it seems quite difficult, but when you look into the small details like paraphrasing, words or phrase written with the question, and looking straight away into that, look into the grammatical structure, you're getting the right answers, right? And remember that if they have given you extraction, extracted is in the reading, extraction is not there, so that means somehow this is going to be your answer. Otherwise, why they will be confusing you down? They must be have written only extract if it's going to be the answer. So they have given this word to just distract you, or just to make you feel like, okay, maybe this is the same, so maybe I'm putting up it. But you have to read the sentence as well, how grammatically well it is framed with the extract or extraction, and according to that you're gonna pick your answer, and it won't be wrong. The next passage is about Antarctic penguins. uh, so I have to increase the font size of the question, they're very tiny. Fair enough. Okay, so here we have the classify the following fact as applying to. So classification question we got. So the facts are we have to match or classify as per the a factor related to the Antarctic penguins or a temperature area penguins. So we got two options here with five statements. So when I told you if you got something classification or matching, so option they might be giving you must come, obviously there will be options and the name given, and this game in this case the name is of these two type of the penguins. So first let's see, Antarctic penguin is the heading, then temperate area penguins. So let's see, first they are talking where they're talking about Antarctic penguins. So start reading here, and so talking about four species first, and then they said there are other species as well, which is macaroni and king, migrate to warmer weathers to breed. Penguins that live in Antarctica year round have a thermoregulation system and a survival sense that allows them to live comfortably both on the ice and the water. Okay. So basically here they specifically talking about Antarctic penguins, even this one as well. So let's see what are our options here where we can get our answers from. Okay, stand in large group to keep warm. Spend about 3/4 of its time in the water. Uh, so the first sentence here, spend 75% of their lives in water, and this is true for the Antarctic penguins. So this is the answer for the second one. 75% is 3/4, paraphrasing, and water time, yeah. So this B option is A. The answer is A. And then number of survival adaptation allow them to swim through water as cold as -2 degree Celsius. In order to stay warm in these temperature, penguin have to keep moving. Though penguins don't fly in the air, they are often said to fly through water. Instead of stopping each time they come up for air, they use a technique called porpoising, in which they lean up for a quick breath while swiftly moving forward. Unlike most birds that have hollow bones for flight, penguins have involved hard solid bones. Uh, uh, Keep them low in the water. Antarctic penguins have unique feathers that work similarly to a waterproof driving diving suit. Tufts of down trap of layer within the feather, preventing the water from penetrating the penguin skin. The pressure of a deep dive releases the air. Penguin has to retain the feather through a process called preening. Penguins have also amazing circulatory system, flippers to the leg to the heart. Hmm. So this is all about the penguins of the Antarctic one, and they have areas of skin without feather. This is also stands true for the Antarctic penguin. So not like unlike most birds, they have hollow bones for flight. So flight, that means something related to feather. So they have areas of skin without feather. So they have hollow bones for flight. And okay, stand in a large group to keep warm. This we have read somewhere. Okay, let's see what is next. While the harsh climate of Antarctic doesn't threaten the survival of Antarctic penguin, overheating can be a concern, and therefore global warming is a threat to them. Okay. Temperate species have certain physical features such as a fewer feather and less blubber. So have less blubber is a temperate area penguin feature. So that makes B as the answer here. Here they have written that, right? And African penguins have bald patches. The blood vessel in penguin dilate on a warm day, such as moving to shaded areas or holding their fins out away from their bodies. Uh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so it says that they just have feeders that keep cold away from its skin. So for a warm survival technique or for a warm day, that keep cold water away from its skin. The blood vampire and the So this is one technique which keeps the cold water away from their skin. So here, this is also the feature of B. Right, and stand in large group to keep warm. This must be somewhere here then. There are a number of that visited the bath to migrate warmer waters to breathe. Survival sense allow them to live comfortably both on ice and water. Uh, the penguins and rashid sleep to retain heat, huddle in community. Oh yeah, yeah. To retain heat, penguins huddle in communities for up to 6,000 of their own species. So what they just stand in large group to keep themselves warm. So this is a feature of Antarctic penguin. So it's A, B, A, and B. All right. Right. Hmm. Okay, so this is the classification. You see, this is like spread around. One from here, other here, two from here, and then coming down to here. So it is like spread around type of the into the whole, the 5 questions only, which actually took time. Now if we go to the next set, which is 6 to 9, and what it says, okay, complete each of the following sentences with information from the reading passage. So these are the different sentences. I'm just dragging them together so that we can get the whole on one page. Stand on there. So this is the question. Okay, we got no more than 3-word option to write our answers for. So what it says, most penguin uses dash to build their nest. So nest building is in the second paragraph. When it's time to create a nest, here it is. Most penguins build up a pile of rocks on the top of the ice to place their eggs. So if you go after this sentence, so maybe the pile of rocks can be your answer here. The most penguins, what they use? Pile of rocks to build their nest. And we can write 3 word as the answer. So pile of rocks, we can also write the answer. And if you feel like, no, my sentence is not right, so simply what will be the best word to pick from there? Use rocks to build their nest. Now, while the male emperor penguin take care of the egg, the female goes away to dash. So male protect while she goes for weeks to feed. You get that? So what female goes away to? So she goes away to feed. That is the answer here, right? And the next one, a dash is a piece of skin. A dash is a piece of skin that the male emperor penguin uses to protect the egg. So here we are reading that. And the male balances the egg on the top of his feet, covering it with a small fold of skin. What that fold of skin is called? Brood patch. So here brood patch is going to be the answer to the question number 8. A brood patch is a piece of skin that the male emperor penguin uses to protect the egg. Right? Piece of skin. And there they call fold of skin. Right. Penguins protect their feet from the cold of the ice by standing on their. Now it is again here. In order to reduce the cold of the ice, penguins often put their weight on their heels and tails. So you see this sentence, heels and tails is our answer, and it is put their weight on, like, and what they say, like, to protect their feet from the cold of the ice by standing on their heels and tail. So this is the answer to the ninth question. So you see, when the previous question where we are putting more time, if they are like difficult, maybe let's say scattered around, the next set, it's like we already been there, second passage, all the answer are there, so we can easily get them. So readings are quite calculated, the answers are, right? If some particular question difficult, the next set will be somehow you have already read the area and you got the idea, okay, where I can find the answer, and you can go straight way there. Now just like we did this question, there are just few left from the same passage. We'll be doing that now. So here you see, so it says question 10 to 13. The article mentioned many facts about penguins. Which four of the following feature are things that enable them to survive in very cold water? So we have to locate four features from the options A to G, right? And A to G. There must be A to H. Okay, this is just a second. Okay, you see, this is a C which is printed here. I don't know again, but consider them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So A to H, right? So we have to pick four features which help them to survive in very cold water. So their feather hold in a layer of air near the skin, and this we have read it here when they were talking about uh, penguins who are built for cold winter of the other survival on for a warm day, such as moving, holding their fins away from their bodies. Now, this is for a temperate species. Okay, let's see. So what they do. Okay, so it will be other way around. So if we are not picking up this option number uh, says A, they move through the water very quickly. So in the paragraph number, uh, which paragraph we were reading that? Yeah, here. A number of survival adaptation allow them to swim through water as cold as -2 degrees Celsius. In order to stay warm in these temperature, penguin have to keep moving. So what they do, they keep moving swiftly when they are into the temperatures which are not suitable or high. So the first option comes right there, that they move through the water very quickly. So they don't fly in air, they have often said to fly through water, so that means this much quick they swim through the water. So instead of stopping each time they come up for air, they use a technique called proposing, in which they lead for a quick breath with swiftly moving forward. They have hollow bones for flights and all solid, but they keep them low in the water. So when necessary, their blood moves away from the flipper and toward the heart. They breathe while still moving. The blood vessel in the skin dilate, the windle and slide. Okay. So I keep them low in the water. I have feeder that works similarly to waterproof diving suit. Draft of down trap a layer of air within the feeder, preventing the water from penetrating the penguin skin. So, according to that, the option number, which is the next right answer to this very features, they are mentioning how they keep away, survive in very cold weather. It is the option number last as well. Their feeder holds in a layer of air near the skin. And option number E, where they say the blood vessels in their skin dilate, and and they hold their flippers away from their bodies. So that one option is E here, which stands true, right? If you keep reading this very paragraph, right, as we just did it earlier as well, flippers like to which you see the penguins have an amazing circulatory system, which is extremely cold water. Um, Blood divert from their flippers and legs to the heart. So their blood moves away from the flippers and towards the heart when necessary. So C is the other option, right? So, and we have to find 4. So yeah, 3 we have found from here. Mm-hmm. Their feeder. That's what I'm pointing towards. I get this G1 to the as the right option. Fewer feeder and less blubber to keep them cool on a hot day. This lichen excess heat can be released. The blood vessel in the penguin skin dilates when the body begins to overheat. When the penguin skin dilates and the heat rises to the surface of the body. Built for cold winters of the Antarctic have the other survival techniques for a warm day, such as moving to the shaded areas or holding their fins out away from their bodies. Okay, the pressure of a deep dive releases this air tuft of down trap a layer of air within the feathers. The feathers hold in a layer of air near the skin. Yeah, here it is. You see, tufts of down trap a layer of water or layer of air within the feather, preventing the water. This last sentence. Okay, come on. This last sentence, right? This is about the same one as written in the G. This one, preventing the water from penetrating into the penguin skin. And if you go after this G option, their feather hold in a layer of air near the skin. So this is the paraphrasing of same very option. So these are the 4 features which enable them to survive in a very cold water. They move through the water quickly, right? And then when necessary, their body move away from the flippers. Blood moves away from the flippers towards the heart, right? Flippers and legs toward the heart. The blood vessels in their skin dilate, right? And then their feathers hold in a layer of air near the skin. And mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Okay, now this one is true for the other weather. Now this is not a right option, so we won't be marking it in the yellow mark. So basically they breathe while still moving is the another way they keep them away from the cold weather or survive in a very cold weather, which is here. So this is a proposing technique in which they leap up for a quick breath while swiftly moving forward. So if you read this one, you get it why. Right. So they breathe while still moving. Right. So that's why they don't have to stop and come up for a air. They just leap for a quick breath while swiftly moving forward. right? That keeps them low in the water, and obviously protect them from the cold weather. So you see the four option we get here, it's A, C, D, and G. I mean, this is like, obviously the order is not correct here. They need to be A to H. I'm not able to give that order. I think I'll try to. No, still it's like something. If I give C here, okay, I'll try to change the order again, because you might be getting this reading somewhere, and obviously order will not be as I have selected the options. It will be different than this one, because it's A to H. Now, so now if you're getting it somewhere, maybe you can relate your answers to the answers we have selected here. So A, D, E, and H. These are the right answers as per the option given A to H. If you get the same reading case, which won't be the case, but still you will be like not marking anything wrong. So now where we have taken our options from. So this is the whole about the reading today. And I know this is, if you are listening to this whole section, this is gonna be quite informative for you. Knowing you, let you know that okay, what are the things we have to take care for the reading and how we can exceed our score. If any errors you are doing, you can rectify them, and ultimately you can lead towards the more better score, right? And I hope this is gonna be quite helpful. And just like that, someday we'll be doing the general reading as well. Many strategies we pick are same when it comes to the question category, right? But yeah, the tricks are different in the general reading. So maybe someday we'll be talking about, and maybe in the next week only, just like this, we'll be doing the general reading as well. So today, thank you very much. And this is your academic reading session, and I hope this is quite helpful to you. Any question, query related to that, you can send me if you are on the WhatsApp group, or maybe you can just simply type a mail for pte@sika.com.au. Have a good weekend ahead, and bye bye. Take care. See you on Monday now.